Good boy. Good boy.
How can you do that?
It's training. Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we're here at Tremayne Quay. In today's video, Andrew misses out on the best pasty in Cornwall.
Missed it by 5 minutes.
We go for a leisurely stroll.
I do enjoy a leisurely walk.
We improvise when Andrew forgets his tape measure.
75 dogs long.
And just how muddy will our dogs get? This spot is quiet, it's secluded, and it's really special. If you want to escape the maddening crowds in the summer, then you need to pop here for a quiet picnic.
So parking for this walk is really limited. You're parking off-road, it's a narrow road as well, and there's some spaces here, but there's literally space for 4 cars, that's it. If you pitch up here, those 4 spaces are taken. You're going to have to choose another walk.
Access to Tremayne Quay is limited to by foot or boat, and you will have to walk there from this little tiny car park that we've just mentioned. We will put the details of the walk on our Patreon page for those that are interested. It is a lovely little walk. So this is Tremayne Woods. It's in the middle of nowhere, isn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, just a word of warning, if you are coming here, the road leading down to this place is so narrow and it's really steep.
Yeah.
So if you're not into like really tiny lanes, this probably isn't the walk to come on for you.
Or if you've got a really big car, don't bother.
On the flip side, there's nobody here, which is great.
We wanted a nice peaceful location for our first walk back after having COVID. A big thank you to everybody that sent us a get well wish. There were so many of them. We couldn't answer everybody, could we? But we do appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you very much. We're feeling much better. We managed to avoid it for 4 years.
Yeah.
Eventually, we both have it at the same time.
Yeah,
it kind of knocked
and we
us for
had
6
it
as
really
well, isn't it?
bad.
Yeah.
It was horrible, horrible.
But it's nice to be out and about today, isn't it?
Yeah, you can probably still hear it in my voice. I know I sound a bit bunged up, but that's just the aftermath, which hopefully will make its merry way out of my voice soon. So what are we doing here? We are in a secluded woodland. It's on the top of the Lizard Peninsula on the south bank of the Helford.
Yeah, it's called Tremayne Wood, and we've come here. Well, basically, we've got a royal story that we want to tell you.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And in doing so, the other thing that we were hoping to do, you passed Gear Farm on the way to this point, and Andrew was hoping for a pasty, but we were literally 5 minutes too late. They only open from...
Well, they shut today at 2. I don't know
2.
what their normal opening hours are, but yeah, loads of people have told me, and I've had lots of emails saying you need to get to Gear Farm down at the Helford and try one of their pasties because it's supposed to be fantastic. Closed. Missed it by 5 minutes.
Who's a silly boy? You haven't got no lunch.
Got no lunch. Oh. So
And we missed it by literally 5 minutes, didn't we?
Well, you know what that means though, Sarah?
Got to come back.
Got to come back, yeah.
So the idea was that you have one of the best pasties in Cornwall,
Yep.
and you walk it off afterwards.
That's the plan.
That was the plan. Somewhat scuppered by our lack of planning. So
we
we'll
just
put that
got the
down
walk.
to the brain fog from COVID. So this woodland, we'll show you some shots as we're going down. And we got this fantastic story when we actually reached the creek. We're also expecting to take home 2 brown dogs. I think our little white dog today is going to get very muddy. What are you trying to do to him?
He's got something on him.
Oh, is he? What, other than mud?
He's got lots of mud on him.
This area is part of the Tremayne estate, owned by the Vyvyan family in the Victorian era. And that's when this wonderful pathway was laid. It linked the top of the woods and the estate with the quay that we're heading towards. At the same time as laying this wonderful carriageway, He planted lots of trees. There used to be fields and an orchard in this area, and now it's this wonderful woodland. And just like that, we're at the creekside. Just get the hints of the water and the sunshine through the trees. And don't you dare go down there, young man. Good boy. Oh, look. Heaven, when you haven't been feeling well. Nothing better than a woodland walk to raise your spirits. Again, get back from there, young man. Good boy. There was lots of you that were so generous last time that we asked for a buy me a coffee, and we'll run your names up here now as a big thank you. It is genuinely with your help that we keep this channel on the air, so thank you so much. No, 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 you're dirty enough. Somewhere here is a key, and we need to find it. Have you found it?
Possibly over there.
I think it's over there. Right, let's go over here then. But I want to look at those benches. They look lovely. What a spot. This is amazing, she says as she's slipping down the slope.
Benches are low.
Are they? Okay, I'm coming into land.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they are a bit, aren't they?
Beautiful view.
It is, it's astonishing. Look at it behind you. Gosh. An international nightmare. We found a fire pit, some benches, all very rustic, great view of the estuary creek. Still looking for the key. It's obviously all laid out here. Look, there's benches dotted all around. Another fire pit and another bench, but we can't find the key. Oh, and a swing. Oh gosh, that's for tall people. Okay, waist height. Oh, you did it!
Can't get it going.
Sometime later.
Oh. It's a dud swing.
It doesn't swing.
Fail. There's some nice benches scattered around, isn't there?
Yeah. What a lovely spot. Secret place to come. I adore doing this on the channel, that you just stumble across these super secret places that are obviously used from time to time, but not overly used. You can imagine this in the summer, even them being quiet. As you can hear, I have no puff. Oh, what a week. If you found yourself down here in the first week of May, these woodlands would be covered in bluebells. There's lots of sword-like leaves everywhere, so my guess here would be bluebells, probably with a good dose of garlic flowers as well. I reckon this whole bank would just be a sea right of blue. So the woodland is owned and managed by the National Trust, which is what gives us access to this wonderful path. This surface is really good. It's very easy to walk on. We've had so much rain, still experiencing so much rain, and yet the surface is really passable. There's a reason for that. It was laid in 1846 as a carriageway. He must have spent so much time and money laying this.
Yeah, it's immense. It goes on for ages, doesn't it? It's obviously wide enough for
a carriage.
And
Yes.
Apparently it was specifically done because he thought that he was going to have this royal visit.
Yes.
So normally when you have visitors, you might get the Sunday best out, mightn't you? You might smarten yourself up, clean the house a bit, make sure the loo is clean, get some clean bed sheets out. You know, make the place presentable. Mr. Vyvyan, I don't know if he's a lord or not, do you?
Probably.
Anyway, Vyvyan, who owned this estate, he started laying carriageways.
I know, we'll build a 2-mile carriageway.
Yeah.
We can do that.
We'll turn fields into woodland. We'll do that as well. And we built a quay. So this is somebody important he was expecting. In fact, he was expecting...
Royalty? He was
royalty.
expecting Queen Victoria,
yes,
and Prince Albert.
So in 1846 they were quite newly on the throne and quite new to their marriage as well. And they were doing a cruise around Cornwall. So
Yeah,
that's why he went to all this effort, wasn't it?
It was in September 1846 and they were on a 5-day cruise.
Yeah.
Moored out towards sort of Mounts Bay area, down towards Penzance.
Lovely.
And yeah, they were on a royal, I suppose it would have been a yacht. It was quite an impressive
Yeah.
boat from all accounts. It was called a ferry.
Oh, can you
Yeah.
imagine? Because they were in love together,
Yeah,
weren't they?
yeah.
So it would have been a romantic little 5-day cruise around Cornwall, a little bit of a getaway on a luxury yacht.
Sounds nice.
It does. So he was expecting them to come and visit, and he went to all this trouble. Wow!
I feel there's a but coming, Sarah.
Well, let's get down to the quay. It's in sight now. I can see it. Oh my goodness. Do you know, the only thing we're missing is a drop of sunshine. Even today, though, it feels so special.
Beautiful spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, go in. Just calm down. To enjoy a leisurely walk. Uh-oh. Bit muddy.
Wow, look where we have arrived. I wasn't expecting a quay like this.
It's substantial, isn't it?
It's huge. Oh my god. And there is a bit more to this story. So when he was expecting Queen Victoria and Prince Albert to arrive, the weather changed. And that changed their plans. And they never came. So that's the punchline, if you like. He went to all this effort. Wonderful carriageway, woodland, and this massive quay. And they never arrived. In one of our books it does say that Queen Victoria sent him a bust of herself as consolation, and by way of an apology for not getting there, I guess. So we do have an older book with us today. It's actually called Around Helston in the Old Days by A.S. Oates. So he says, on the west side of Merthen Hole and about a furlong below Tremayne Boathouse is Tremayne Quay, built by Sir Richard Vyvyan of Tremayne for the prospective accommodation of Queen Victoria and the Prince Consort, who were cruising around the Cornish coast in 1846, and when the royal programme included a visit to Tremayne. Owing to the break-up of fine weather, this visit had to be cancelled.
So it goes on to say that the Duke of Windsor, when Prince of Wales, now that would have been Edward VIII, who ended up marrying Wallis Simpson and abdicating. It says when he visited, he was accompanied by the then Lord Lieutenant of Cornwall, the late Mr. John Charles Williams, landed here some years ago en route to Tremayne and was much impressed by the lovely walk through the surrounding woods. So royalty did end up eventually visiting here, but it was after obviously the death of the guy that put all this in.
So we're on the south bank of the River Helford. The Lizard is behind us. Falmouth is down that way and to the left. This quay's massive. It's in the middle of nowhere. Goodness me. All that effort he went to. Okay, so I'm beginning to think that perhaps it's a bit of a myth and a story that all of this effort was done in honour of Queen Victoria. Firstly, this isn't a 5-minute job. secondly, you don't spend all this money and go to all this effort unless there's something profit-wise at the end of it. There must be more to this story.
Yeah, he's gone to a huge amount of expense here, hasn't he, to do all this? Yeah.
There
He must have been. Can you imagine when he got that phone call? Say, they gave him a ring on from a yacht and said, "Do you know what? We've had a better offer."
Yeah, we're going to go and see Lord and Lady St. Levan on
I
the
wonder who
Mount.
would have found out. Must have had a telegram.
Possibly, I'm going to cough now.
Talk about currying favour.
Well, yeah.
You must have been after something.
I think there must have been a need for it. There must have been an industrial need for it. That he can't have built all this without getting a profit out of it.
Well, obviously it's tidal, isn't it? So
Yeah.
there's only certain times of the day where you can actually get a boat to here anyway. But,
Yes.
But I've not heard of any sort of grand industry here as such,
No.
isn't it? It's not, I mean, yes, Gweek's a bit further up, you've got shipbuilding there and things like that, haven't you? And I know at one point the boats came this far up, didn't they?
Yes.
Because it was like almost like a port for Helston, wasn't it?
Well, there was no port at Helston, was there? So
No.
everything that was made and produced in Helston had to come across the peninsula and go out down through the Helford, usually from Gweek, wasn't it?
I've worked it out, Sarah.
What's that?
Well, what this might have been built for or used for.
The key to the story is...
The keys are very good. I'm going to unlock the riddle. Might use it for smuggling.
Ooh!
Perfect location. It's quite
Yes.
quiet, not really overlooked here. You can load and unload quite easily from here.
And the Lord of the Manor is on your side.
Yeah,
because he would have got a cut.
It wouldn't be so unreasonable because we know that smuggling went on in Helford, didn't we?
It did.
And also, going back to the 1600s, this was the haunt of pirates. Big pirate ships
Yes.
would come into here. Have you heard of Daniel Defoe?
Yes.
Wrote Robinson Crusoe.
Yes.
Well, apparently his inspiration for part of that was from a visit he had to Cornwall, where he
Oh,
came to
wow.
Helford and he heard the story about the pirates.
Also Frenchman's Creek and
Which is-
Daphne du Maurier.
A bit further down, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, of course. That's the key.
That's the key. Well done.
Yes, there must have been some way that the Vyvyan family made money from this key. I can't believe it all went in just for Victoria.
While editing the video, I did indeed find the answer. So Sir Richard Vyvyan fell rather heavily for one of the royal nieces and invited Queen Victoria to visit Tremayne. In order to make a good impression, he built a new quay at Tremayne, a new boathouse for the royal barge, and several miles of new drive to the house from the river.
Can I just say, I've been wanting to come here ever since we found out about this. I mean, I read about this about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's impressive, isn't it? It's a bigger structure than I was expecting. I haven't measured it out, but I have got my dog with me. And if anybody ever watched our Goran Haven video...
2 dogs wide.
Yeah, because I didn't bring my tape measure with me. I did use my dog. And Rattle Street was 2 dogs wide. How many dogs do you think this is?
Oh, 102?
Should we find out?
Okay, the task should be easier because you've even got 2 dogs now. It should be so simple, shouldn't it?
Quick time, isn't it? Right, so
Yeah.
1.
Yes.
Yeah.
1.
2.
Right, I'll
hang
put
on.
my foot
Right, here we
there.
go.
Stop. Oh, you've gone.
3.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. 4.
3. Oh, you're sitting down, you
I've
good
gone a bit rough.
boy.
There we are. Oh, 5.
Yeah.
I got a problem with my tape measure. 6.
We're hoping with age that this one will get better. He's really cute, and that's part of the problem. He gets away with it because he's cute. Oh, okay. He's enjoying measuring the key though, look.
It's 50 paces.
50 paces. How many dogs to a pace?
It's 50 paces long.
And how many dogs to a pace?
Right, hang on. Stay. Dog and a half. So, hang on, 50.
Come on, 75.
I'm saying it's, hang on, 75 dogs long.
Is that the title of our video?
75 dogs long. Yeah, sure people will watch it.
Secret Cove,
Yeah.
75 dogs long.
Did you say cove or key?
I said cove.
Yeah.
Secret key.
Secret key. 75 dogs long.
So we made it.
We have.
What
Yes.
do you call that?
A very wet, dirty dog.
Smelly dog, yeah. We hope you've enjoyed our quick video today. We're not up to much at the moment, we're still getting over our COVID. He's going to put that down.
I've scratched my itch today, so I wanted to come here. We've not been here before, and I've been able to measure it. So I'm really pleased.
75 dogs
75
long.
dogs long, there we go, yeah.
So we hope you've enjoyed today's video. I think we're going to just head back up now. If you want a few more details, I'll be popping them onto Patreon. So if you go onto patreon.com, search Cornish Walking Trails, the details about parking and how to find this key, we'll pop it on there. Alright, so for now, we'll say goodbye and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.